So I haven't always been a Summer House fan. The early seasons didn't, they didn't get me. Probably because some of the cast members in the house then were very annoying to me personally, but that's just me. But wow, Summer House has been the second best show on Bravo for years. Married to Medicine has been number one. We can fight about this in the comments anytime. So I kind of watched enough of the early seasons to know the relationships of all the friends and seeing them grow individually and like together. And I love that because I have almost 30-year-old friendships. So the friendships between Mother Hubbard, Carl, Kyle is beautiful. They are a strong central tenet of the Summer House, their friendship. And so this brings me to my favorite TV moment of the last year, at least. Lindsay and Kyle opening the show like that. And then OG Carl calls in a damn 8 people cross country call. Like, listen, the people that give out the awards during award season for wild ass, dramatic, real, coast to coast, 6-person random phone call, everything. I have not been this pleased by Bravo lately at all. Miami Housewives. This is awesome. Right before I watched the reunion, I heard about the whole Carl is such a mess story. Delightful. Please Google that. I saw an interview with Kyle and Carl on the Kelly Clarkson show a couple of days ago. I just found out about the memes and it's delightful. And if you haven't seen these memes, please do. It's great. Honestly, a collage of them sitting on that couch is my new home screen picture, which replaces Alexia from RHOM reunion while cursing Petty Pippin out with Gertie. Them on this couch is so iconic, and I see people calling it meta, and actually I can't agree with that. I would call it iconic. Kyle is always brilliantly hilarious, always. I love during the reunion when Kyle called out West for breadcrumb in the audience. It proves my point exactly. Even in the chaos of the disgusting thing that Amanda, his ex-wife, and West, one of his closest friends, are currently and have been banging and being disgusting, Kyle is listening to everything. And think of how hurtful and crazy all this is. Like, this shit is crazy. He still has the mental fortitude of a scholar and called that bullshit right out. I actually commend him for taking the heat a bunch, in my opinion, about their marriage and not let it be known that Amanda may be a lazy, enabled, entitled asshole. And I hate to be an asshole, especially in speaking about my take on a stranger. But it seems she's lost and she has never figured out who she is, maybe. More on this later, because I might go in. Carl is amazing. And to see where we started with him, kind of being a drug addict, hot-headed fuckboy, to now being a strong, emotionally intelligent, calm, amazing friend, business owner, and also one of my new favorite podcasters called More Life. I used to dislike Carl and this phrase in the past, but now is even more beautiful, like a beautiful sentiment than I ever thought. We've seen Carl find out that his older brother Curtis had passed from an overdose due to mental health issues, I guess, during season 5, which was filmed during the pandemic in 2020. Carl was sober and doing therapy, working on himself during the pandemic. I'm not an addict, but I've loved a couple of addicts, and being in the place of loving an addict is a hard place to be for everyone. Like, obviously it's hardest for the addict, but it sucks, and we know that mostly everyone has had their lives touched by the disease of drug addiction. It's literally a disease. And if I remember correctly, the wondrous Carl was strong enough to stay sober while hearing this news in the pandemic, and as far as I'm concerned, he is a champ. and he has found his groove in life. The insight and intelligence in his interviews is beautiful, and he is doing exactly everything he is supposed to be doing now. It just seems like a happy, beautiful, healthy, perfect, God ordained place, especially for Carl, and he deserves it. We all do. And last of the OGs, but sure as hell not least, Red Lips from Mother Hubbard. Mother Hubbard. Her freakum dress. Now we all know how Lindsay gives it up. We all know. And knowing her presence and aura was even going to be held in this situation made me feel a little flutter and a little fury in my heart. I understand how and why she could be an acquired taste to some people, but I relate to her personality. And I love her hard. I love her strong. She's a strong, independent, outspoken woman. She lives her life literally out loud and is always herself. She is also extremely intelligent and also a go-getter. Mother Hubbard is easily activated, and I love it. And again, obviously I can relate, but at Mother and mine's core, we see each other, okay? Very similar, but I don't give a shit about timelines. Mother already ate. I love that Ciara is about to become an even bigger face of Bravo. She deserves it. I tried to watch her first season in 2020, but Hannah drove me away. I'm sorry. But it was worth the wait to really see her and for her to let us in. She's a really graceful and humble woman, and she represents a lot of us very well. I relate because we're both country and we both seem to have beautiful relationships and lessons from our elders and like our grandparents. I really, really respect her ability to get her point across in a much calmer and socially acceptable way than I ever could. We all know that she is stunning outside, but she is equally as beautiful on the inside. I mean, come on. I watched her on Carl's More Life podcast, and if you haven't, you really should. She is special. And now to Amanda. To me, Amanda doesn't know who she is, and she seems lost. Amanda made bad decisions, the worst decision, the worst. I really hope that she has a village around her and her parents because they've always seemed to be amazing. Amanda seems like someone whose parents were like very helicopter-y parenting style, which I can relate to, but they are that way because they had to be. Ciara and Paige have built this woman up like champions for years. She ignored Ciara's calls and texts to hang out when Ciara was still being an amazing friend after the summer, the kind of friend that everyone needs. While Amanda turned off her location and banged the shit out of West, Ciara's lame fuck-ass ex. I really do think there is a lot of stuff about Amanda's mental state and her general lack of direction and gumption that we aren't privy to. I say that because, first of all, Ciara has been listening to Amanda's whining and making Kyle seem like the only and entire reason why the relationship and marriage wasn't great, when she was continuously and non-stop bitching about Kyle when it seems, and I say seems, right, because we don't know, but it seems like Kyle was busy wiping Amanda's ass and cleaning up her messes. He did say that he was worried about her through all this, and he is still in good contact with Amanda's parents, which again says that there has to be a reason for that. And this is obviously hard, gut-wrenching shit we are talking about. Not only did his wife cheat on him and super publicly, but with one of Kyle's closest friends and her best friend's ex. So Cal is showing how much he does care because he's put Amanda in front of his own hurt again, which is amazing of him to do. And I hope that Amanda actually realizes it and appreciates it. And by no means am I saying Cal hasn't been an asshole, because he has. And a disclaimer, I am not a doctor, a lawyer yet, or a licensed psychologist. My only credentials are a college degree in people sciences, an amazing spot-on intuition from God, a quick, smart-ass mouth, and a big personality, and a PhD in reality TV drama. Treat these thoughts as pure speculation, not a medical diagnosis. I honestly want to ask y'all's opinion on something, because I have a theory, and I don't know zip about her, only what I see. But my hypothesis is that she's an asshole. Because why in the fuck does this bitch have such a fucked up, nasty, ugly ass attitude when she basically said, y'all act like y'all never have done something like this before? I was so shocked and grossed out. Like, what in the actual fuck is this bitch talking about? And I love everyone's reactions, but I think I would have taken this question as disrespect, pure disrespect, and I would have swiftly and elegantly walked my ass across the stage and slapped the shit out of her with an open hand, and then calmly set my ass back down, because what do you mean? Like, and I do have a college degree about people and shit, but I'm no doctor, and I'm not giving advice or diagnosis, just what kind of seems to be blatant to me. Please just listen carefully and tell me what you think in the comments, or let me know if you have an alternate theory or hypothesis. Please share. And remember, I'm not trying to be an asshole. I don't want to make anyone feel any kind of way, hurt, or bash anyone, or seem mean. But she is paid very well for opening her life up for opinions. And that's all this is. So I see dismissive avoidance, passive aggressiveness, and covert narcissism. Some random traits are 3R. They often play the victim and use strategic helplessness to avoid responsibility. They tend to pull away, act cold, and then blame their partners for their own emotional shutdown or inability to connect. And rather than addressing relationship issues directly, they may use procrastination, sullenness, or silent treatment. Now tell me if I'm tripping, because I know that I earned the shit out of this degree and that this is some bullshit. Bye.